Perfect. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, go. Perfect. You can clap again. Perfect.
Okay, so I'm Jacqueline Pollard, and I'm the Child and Youth Counselor here at Kindersley Composite School.
Can you introduce yourself to me?
My name is Angela Cullen. I'm in Kindersley, Saskatchewan. I'm 32 years old.
And
Alright. Hi, I'm Pastor John from the Community Church. I'm the associate pastor.
My name is Sydney Deemer, and I am a third-year nursing student at SIAS in Saskatoon.
okay, and introduce yourself.
Alright, my name is Holly McCorson. I am a pharmacist in Kindersley, Saskatchewan.
So my name is Robin Michelle LaRue, and I'm the student support teacher at Kindersley Composite School, as well as I'm going to be RYT Yoga certified in November.
So mental health, a lot of times when we're suffering, whether it be emotionally or psychologically, it obviously has different impacts on our body, right? So for example, when we're feeling highly anxious, our body doesn't know the difference between a real fear or a made-up fear, so we can have the same sort of physiological responses either way. So often when we have like very high anxiety, we find that actually with our DNA it gets shorter and shorter, right? So it's having a profound impact on our actual our body and our lifespan.
Yes.
Check. I feel like the three most important things that you can do in a day is, exercise and sleep and dialing in nutrition. And so I do that. I make sure, I strive every day to do the best I can with that, and it has helped me and anybody else I know that incorporates that kind of stuff in their life in your overall well-being, your mood, stress. It's been a huge thing for now that I've got two small kids that I can do this, and I see them interested and wanting to partake in that, and just longevity, right, of your life, and enhance the quality of your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Spiritual health can have a great impact on other forms of health as well, especially mental health. It's a form of health that we often don't give as much attention to as it needs to be, but having that buildup of compassion and joy in your life that you can only find through spiritual health can also affect your mental health as well. It can help build up your mental health and help give that foundation. And it's also really beneficial to your physical health because it kind of can provide that motivation. If you have a good spiritual life, then you have a need and a desire to do some of these things. My religion tells me that, I need to treat my body well, I need to take care of it. So therefore, if I'm living a spiritually healthy life, I will also be living a physically healthy.
Well, emotional health is certainly tied into all of the other components. And I think that if you're not emotionally balanced, then it obviously bleeds into the other four components of the medicine wheel, or the other three components, of the medicine wheel. So like for example, if you're experiencing emotional turmoil, then perhaps that's going to affect your mental state, and then it's harder for you to get control of your mental state if you have all this emotional turmoil. If you are emotionally distraught, sometimes that can manifest into physical aspects of your well-being. And then spiritual, a lot of times I find that emotional and spiritual are more interrelated than maybe the other two. So emotional health is an integral part of an overall healthy human being.
From my experience, I've noticed healthcare is always changing. There's lots of, for the most part, healthcare is kind of trial and error. They try something, if it doesn't work, try something new, are constantly reevaluating and implementing new plans and trying to figure out what's going to work best and reevaluating old plans and trying to get them better.
So, I don't know, pharmacy is kind of an interesting topic because, I mean, we get the healthcare with the people with the blood pressure and the diabetes and the prescription medications, and then we get people coming in, you know, off the street looking for something, you know, for constipation or just for supplements and all sorts of different things. So we get a lot of different health-wise, you know, people coming in that way. And then to top that all off, you know, there's pharmacies also supply meal replacements and protein shakes and all sorts of, you know, different health-wise that way as well.
So I like to practice from the medicine wheel. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it basically encompasses like spiritual health, emotional health, physical well-being, as well as our mental well-being. So when we see someone who's actually very healthy, you'll see that there's a nice balance between the four quadrants of that wheel. So it's very full circle.
Honestly, fulfillment, right? I think once you have those factors in check and finding passion and going with it, and yeah, being fulfilled and making sure that you don't ever feel limited in your capabilities of everyday life. You know, whether that's someone doing a 30-minute walk or someone that's doing CrossFit for an hour, right? And I think, in my opinion, that's someone that's healthy, you know, and having access to, like education, right, and, you know, healthcare and all that kind of stuff, and yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
I would say a healthy human is someone who tends to each and every one of these areas of health in their life, that they don't neglect any one.
Personally, I think balance in your overall life is going to make you healthiest. So between like your friends and your family, junk food and healthy food, exercise and sleep, and work and fun. And then that can also tie into the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if you don't have your basics met, you can't move up the pyramid. And so until everything's all balanced, then that's when you're going to achieve your self-actualization.
Healthy human, probably an overall aspect of just knowing how you feel. Because I don't think you can really feel healthy if you don't know how you feel in general. So if you're feeling unwell, you're not going to be a healthy person, and you just kind of have to know yourself and know when you're feeling different and know who to go to or how to help yourself to look after your own health. We always do say, you know, in the dispensary even, that you are in charge of your own health. So, you know, if you come in and you go, oh, what am I prescription? What am I going to do? Well, you know, you are responsible for your own health, your own prescriptions. So, and just kind of knowing what you need to look after to feel better is a good aspect or a good starting point.
I think that it's really important to value yourself. I think it's really important to be appreciative and like loving to other people, but also sharing that same love and compassion for yourself. And I think that it's also really important. Part of that valuing yourself is making sure that you're taking care of all four of the components of the medicine wheel. Yeah.
Awesome.